Today is Tuesday, April 21st, so we're doing Tuesday math columns. Please make sure you put your first and last name where it says name, and then I can make sure you get credit for it. All right, let's look at the first problem. Lewis has 48 gallons of water in 8 buckets. How many gallons of water are there in 1 bucket? Right, so I've read the problem, then I go back and I make sure I look for my numbers. I have 48 and 8, so those are the numbers I'm going to use. Now I have to get a picture in my mind. So he has 48 gallons of water in 8 buckets. He needs to know how many gallons of water are there in just 1 bucket. All right, so let's look. I have my numbers, 48 and 8. So 48 gallons, and here are my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buckets. I can try a kind of guess and check strategy. If I have 5 gallons in each bucket, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, right? So 8 times 5 equals 40. That's not 48. So 5 is not the correct answer for that one. But I'm almost there. I'm at 40. So what if I put another gallon in? So if this is 40, then I have 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. That will do it. I got to the number 48. All right. So how did I do that? I had 5 gallons and then I added another gallon to each bucket. So 5 plus 1 is 6. So if I count by 6s, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. All right. So if I have 6 gallons in each bucket, and there's 8 buckets, 6 times 8 equals 48. So each bucket must hold 6 gallons. Our second problem says, Anne has a business mowing lawns in her neighborhood. On Mondays, she makes $18. On Tuesdays, she makes $25, and on Thursdays, she makes $19. If Anne makes this much money every week, how much will she have made in 3 weeks? So I look at that and I look at my numbers. I have the number 18, I have the number 25, 19, and 3. So I'm going to make sure I have those 4 numbers written down because I'll probably need to use all of those. All right, then I go back and reread it, get a picture in my mind of what the problem would look like. So if I look, when it's talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, oh, it didn't say Wednesday, sorry, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I got a calendar picture in my mind. So it was saying on Monday, $18, on Tuesday, $25, and on Thursday, $19. So I need to know how much for the whole week she makes. All right, so I'm going to add 8 plus 5 plus 9. So 8 plus 5, so if I go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 13 plus 9, 13 plus 10 will give me 23. So 1 less than 23 is 22. So I put my 2 down, carry my 2 up here, and that 3 I have there is because it said for 3 weeks. So I'm going to use that also in a later point. All right, so I had 22 here, and then I add 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So $62 she would make in 1 week. But, like I said, there was that 3 that we needed to use because it said how much in 3 weeks. So if she made $62 this week, The next week she would do the same thing and she would make $62 because she would do $18 on Monday, $25 Tuesday, $19 Thursday. I know when I add those I get 62. So if she does it for 3 weeks, she'll have another $62 if I fill in my $18, $25, and $19. So now I take 62 3 times and I can add those. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 2 is 6. And then 6 plus 6 plus 6, 6 and 6 is 12, plus 6 is 18. When I'm counting by sixes, 6, 12, 18. So I get $186 she'll make in 3 weeks. Another way you could look at that, if you want to do 62 times 3, because I have the number 62 appearing 3 times. Now remember, I go 3 times 2, so 3 is 6, and then I have to do 3 times 6, or 6 times 3, and I know 6 plus 6 is 12, plus another 6 is 18. So I can either add 62 3 times, or I can do 62 times 3, and I get $186 is the amount she will earn by working for 3 weeks. The third problem says Jesse needs to buy tile for his kitchen floor. To buy tile, he needs to find out the area of the floor. If the kitchen floor is 8 feet wide and 7 feet long, what is the area? There's that key word area appears twice in here. So I know I'm going to put that in my mind. Then I'm going to look at my numbers. I have 8 and 7 in this problem. So I know I'm going to have to use those numbers in some way. So I use my keyword area and then my numbers to solve the problem. I know area equals length times width, and it's talking about tiling the floor. So I've drawn a picture of a rectangle that is 8 by 7 or 7 by 8 here, and I know if I find the area, 8 times 7, I'll get the area of the whole rectangle. All right, and if you remember when we did our math facts, this is the dancing fact. It goes a 5, 6, 7, 8. So 56. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so the area is 56. The fourth problem says, what is the area of the figure below? All right, so I see that my keyword is area, so I need to remember that area equals length times width. My problem here is it's that odd shape again, so I have to figure out how I'm going to divide this so I can get rectangles, so I can find the area of the rectangles. Obviously here I'm going to have 2 different ones, but actually there's a couple different ways you could do it. You might see the rectangle in different ways. This first one, the way that I'm seeing it is I have 8 going here for my length and my width of 3. So if I continued this, I have a rectangle right here. I have 8 times 3. So I know if I count by 8s, I go 8, 16, and 16 plus 8 is 24. So the area of this first rectangle is 24. My other area is right here. By drawing my line and creating that rectangle on top, I now have a rectangle here going 6 down and 3 across. Right? Opposite sides of a rectangle are the same. So if this is 6, this right here has to be 6. All right, and then up here is 3. I only need 1 length times the width for my solving my problem here. So I just need to use 6 times 3. So 6 times 3, if I'm counting by sixes, 6 plus 6 is 12, plus another 6 gives me 18. So the area for this rectangle here is 18. Now I have to put these two together to find the entire area. So if I take my top area is 24 of that rectangle, and my next area is 18, I have to add those together. 4 plus 8, so if I'm at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to put my 2 down and carry my 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So my total area, when I add these two parts together, or two rectangles together, is 42. All right, so that's the answer to the final problem for the day. Make sure after you do your form, you click the submit button at the bottom. Once you do that, on Google Classroom, if there's a blue button marked as done, click it so it marks it as done. If you don't do that, it's going to say it's not turned in or it's missing. All right, make sure you have a terrific Tuesday.